I'm Jillian Brown, and I live in Squamish, British Columbia. When I heard the term PTSD in context to myself, I immediately was terrified, thinking, I've never been to war. I'm not in the military. I'm not a first responder. That's all I thought of. No, I've never been in the military, but I've been in my own kind of war. It was 2010. I started a job as a photographer at a dog sledding company. Fell in love with the sport and one of the mushers there. And we started a relationship that lasted for 5.5 years. Unfortunately, it was abusive pretty much from the get-go, emotionally, mentally, and slowly became physical. After 5.5 years, I found the strength to leave. I had been hiding $300, set up a tent in the woods, and for me, it was the best home I had had in 5.5 years. It was after that that I immediately went to counseling to try to figure out what was going on. And it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And it gives you the statistics on how many other people are in that exact same boat or have gone through that same thing. You feel this connection knowing that you're not alone. And as I started to share my journal entries, the more healing I got from that too. A year after I left that relationship, I went on a road trip, actually wrote a sponsorship letter, and I presented it to the Canadian Women's Foundation, and they asked if they could publish it, and I hadn't talked to my family yet. Got to Quebec, and I hadn't talked to anyone in 2 weeks. Felt very disconnected to everything, ready to pack up and just turn around. Come back to eat my oatmeal, and the squirrel has climbed down the tree and is helping himself to my oatmeal. And I sit there with the squirrel sharing my breakfast, and I tell everyone this squirrel taught me the meaning of life. And it was that moment that gave me the strength to carry on and fulfill all of those goals that I had, and then drove to Winnipeg and shared with my family. Seeing the sadness in their eyes when I told them about what I had been through, having basically never really seen my dad cry before that, and seeing tears in his eyes, it was a really powerful thing. And from that, it just inspired me to continue to share and motivate others to be outside and be in nature, and the amount of healing power that is there. Nature doesn't judge at all. It accepts what's perfect and imperfect. You look around, one leaf is gonna have a hole in it, one's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. I do wish that there was a lot more push to go out and be physical and heal through nature. Our brain is a muscle too. It's something that needs to be worked on in that regard too. It's connected to every part of us. I like to say that my PTSD stands for perseverance, trust, strength, and determination. So once I started to really open up and start going after my goals and my passions and connecting them all together, it allowed me to do some incredible things that I never thought that I would be doing. Being a part of the campaign is a huge honor, of course. The energy around it, everyone is so positive. A lot of what I've gone through, people don't share, don't talk about, which I'm hoping with this will break that a little bit, open up some doors for others who are suffering.